So now let's give this a mix. Oh my gosh. Wow. This looks like a dream. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Myra from Low Carb Love, and today we're gonna be making a keto pecan pie. So this recipe, you can actually use it for a pie, which we will be baking in our pie crust, in our pie dish. Or you can make it, if you are looking for that portion control, then you can make it into pecan bars. So this is the silicone mold that I use, and I'll link it down below in the description for you guys in case you do and are looking for, you know, portion control, because sometimes we all need it. But we're gonna get started with our crust. So that's first and foremost. You know, the most important, not the most important thing, but at least with what we are getting started with today. So we're gonna use 1.5 cups of almond flour. All right, so now we have our almond flour. We're gonna add a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon and a pinch of salt. Okay, we're just gonna mix that in. Then we are going to mix in our sweetener, which is a 1/2 cup of sweetener. And I'm using allulose here, powdered allulose. If you don't have powdered sweetener, you can actually just throw it into your blender. You can throw it into your food processor or even a little coffee grinder. So let's go ahead and give this a good mix before we throw in our wet ingredients. So here we have our butter. It is partially melted, so a little more than softened. And we are going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract or flavor, whatever you have. And we're just gonna pour that in. You can pour them separate, but I just, so that it's an even spread across. And let's go ahead and pour that right over our almond flour. And this is how we are going to make our crust. Okay, and now we mix. Once we are mixed, I will show you how this gets pressed into the pie crust, how we are going to form our pie crust. Okay. So I didn't have to, I actually just, you know, you saw that I just did everything with the spatula. The only thing, of course, you want to make sure that your oven is preheated to 350 degrees. We're going to go ahead and bake this for 10 minutes, and I will show you what it should look like when we pull it out. Okay, so oven's preheated at 350 degrees. We are putting our little pie crust in for 10 minutes, and I will show you what it looks like when it comes out. Okay, so while our pie crust is cooking, we're gonna get started with our filling. Okay, so what we're gonna do is pour in our stick of butter. So this is 8 tablespoons of butter, which is just 1 stick. And then we have 1 cup of allulose. So this is powdered sweetener. Okay, we're gonna do that. And then we are going to do 1/3 of maple syrup. So this here is the Chalk Zero sugar-free maple syrup, and that is linked in the description below. I do have a discount code for you guys, which is Low Carb Love, and this is my absolute favorite syrup. Like even if I wasn't low carb or keto, I would definitely be using it. I've actually been using it for over 2 years now. This here is our vanilla extract, which is 1 teaspoon. Okay, we're gonna get all of it out because that is flavor. And we have 2 tablespoons of heavy cream. There we are. So we're going to get this mixed together. Okay, so for the pecan pie, you would typically use brown sugar, but we don't use brown sugar in you know, low carb. So let me show you this that I buy. So it is blackstrap molasses, and yes, it does have sugar. It has 11 grams of carbs per tablespoon, but we're actually just gonna put in a 1/4 teaspoon. So we are going to, it's gonna be very, very minimal amounts of added sugar to this. So if you wanna just use if you wanna just use a brown sugar substitute, you can totally do that. But personally, I think that this tastes amazing, and it's totally worth the less than 3 carbs per serving, or what we're going to use in here. I'm trying to get every last bit of it. So let's go ahead and give this a little mix, and then we're going to put this on the stovetop to boil. So I will show you what it will look like. Okay, so let's go. Okay, so we are going to place this over the heat, and we're just gonna let this boil for about 1 minute. So it's just to get everything nice and mixed together, make sure everything's blended, all the flavors are coming together. Oh my gosh, guys, this smells so good. I cannot wait. And you'll see it starts to thicken up like this. Together. Get ready. This is so easy. It's, I mean, very forgivable. You know, a lot of my recipes are very, very forgivable, and yeah, you don't have to be a professional cook or chef to make my recipes, because obviously I'm not, and we make it happen, guys. We make it happen. So we're going to take this off the heat. Here, slightly simmering. That's all you need. It doesn't need to come to a hard boil. Okay, so now that we've pulled it off the heat, this is the consistency it will look, just so you guys know. It's just, you know, almost like a light caramel sauce. Okay, and now we are going to pour our pecans right into our mixture. So now let's give this a mix. Oh my gosh. Wow. This looks like a dream. Okay, so now that we've given it a good mix, we are going to move on to our next step. Oh my gosh. Does this not look like the most amazing ice cream topping or something? I don't know why that just came to mind, but okay. All right, so always, of course, safety first. Make sure that you have your oven mitts, and oh my gosh, what am I doing? I almost grabbed it with the wrong side. Here is our crust, just very, very lightly browned, and let's go put our filling in. Okay guys, so now that we have our pie crust out, we're just gonna go ahead and pour this right on top. Wow. This goodness out. I'm not gonna waste a single drop of this deliciousness. Wow. Now remember, these can be turned into bars. So if you guys have an issue with portion control, you can make these individually and make sure you stick to one. Okay, don't go overboard. So just make sure that you spread everything out evenly. Just pat everything down. This looks gorgeous, perfection. So excited. Okay, so now let's put it into the oven. Okay guys, so take a look at this beauty. This is going into the oven. We're baking it for about 25 minutes. I'm gonna show you what it looks like at that point, and we will see if we need any additional time. Just remember, all ovens are different, so you have to gauge your oven and keep an eye on it at least the first time when making any of my recipes. Okay guys, so the crust is starting to brown a little quicker than we wanted to. So what we're gonna do here is grab some aluminum just like this, and you're going to wrap the crust. So that's gonna stop it from getting direct heat and from it browning too much or actually burning. So this is what it should look like. Okay guys, so let's go ahead and grab our pie out. We have to be very careful. Let me show you what this looks like. Let's go ahead and remove the aluminum. Okay, so I made my candied pecans and I'm putting it all around the edges just to give it this beautiful look. It's just gonna look gorgeous. And then of course, if you wanna add some homemade whipped cream or any type of whipped cream, just gonna add it to the flavor. But take a look at how beautiful this looks. I cannot wait for you guys to make this. All right guys, so now we're gonna put our pecan pie to set in the fridge. All right guys, so we have our pecan pie. We had it setting in the fridge. It is now ready to go. And I have two little surprises that are going to be doing the taste test. And we have Nathi and her little friend Libby. And so they are actually going to do a little takeover. Here, okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut you guys a little slice. Libby, have you ever tried pecan pie?
I actually haven't.
You
but
haven't.
I do like pecans though, they're pretty good.
Good. Let's see if we can get a little slice here. Okay. Ready, Nathi? These are just baby.
I want smaller than that.
Oh, it's okay. We'll just Okay, so ready? Okay. Look at that. Looks beautiful. Here, I will join you guys with a little. Okay, ready? Libby, are you ready for a bite? Okay. You have to cheers with cheers. Let's see, Libby. Like the miniest. You're like Val. Okay, cheers. What do you think?
It's really good.
You like it?
It's like sweet but also nutty.
What do you think of it?
This is good.
Good. I'm glad you like it, Libby. Do you like it, Nathi?
It's like a cake, but kind of like more
It's like a
nutty.
tea cake.
Does this taste like it doesn't have sugar in it?
It kind of tastes like, I mean, it tastes like it has like a little bit of sugar, but it's like good. Like, it's like nutty, but sugary a little bit.
What do you think, baby? Thumbs up?
Yeah.
Okay, give everyone a thumbs up. Let them know.
Oh, so good.
Okay, guys, so here you have it. Kid approved pecan pie. It is absolutely phenomenal. You guys have to make this. You are going to love it. Do you guys give it 2 thumbs up? 2 thumbs up. So if it's kid approved, you know it's adult approved. I can't wait to see your guys' recreations. Make sure that you do tag me on Instagram so that I'm able to share your recreations with everyone else. And of course, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel and make sure that your post notifications are turned on because I don't want you guys to miss any of my recipes. I am pumping out 3 recipes a week right now. These are they're all centered around Thanksgiving and Christmas. So stay tuned for what's to come. Guys, we love you and we will see you on the next video. Mwah.